Hi there, I'm Margaret Bannon. I'm here at Play Tennis Practice Yoga with Brian, my other half, and he's going to help me demonstrate a drill I've been practicing with some of my students. And so today's aim is to focus in on the ball a little bit more, much like you might watch for the seams of the ball, especially during a warm-up where you're trying to set that intention of watching the ball a little more closely. Maybe just to not think about all of the other things that come up as you're trying to perfect your game. So nice drill for these days, especially if you're trying to maybe do a little social distancing out on the court. Partner can toss you some balls. They don't necessarily have to be very good at feeding balls with the racket. So that's another reason why I'm showing you how to do this today. So this is just my creation. See if it works for you, just as an experiment. I'm not saying that you should look for the writing on the ball all the time. This is just for this drill in particular. So for today we have two different types of balls. I have a Pro Pen black writing ball, and I've got a Wilson US Open that has a little more red writing on the ball. So for the purpose of the drill, I'm going to be tossing Brian some balls, and he's going to call out red or black if he sees the writing on the ball as the ball's on its way to him. He might not see it. So if he doesn't see it, he's not going to say a word. If he sees it, he's going to clearly call it out. Again, just as another technique of watching the ball. This is just something I came up with as an alternative to watching the seams of the ball. And so just something to play around with, and let's see how we do. All right, so I'm going to start off slowly. Another reason why I'm tossing the balls is because it's slower in nature, so it's easier to see the ball coming to you. So although I'm only showing tossing balls today, the progression would be in lightly feeding balls with your racket. And then of course you could take this into your mini tennis or your play if you have different balls in your basket that you're working with. All right, so let's give this a shot. We're going to start with Brian's forehand first. He's going to aim just directly out in front of him to begin to make it easy. If I were doing this without a camera, I might also have him hit the ball to me, and then the person maybe catching the ball could also experience what it's like to see the writing on that ball as well. Okay, so he's going to aim right out in front of him. He's going to start by moving his feet as he starts to watch the ball. Okay. So if he sees it, he's going to call it out, and if not, we'll let it go. Good, and we'll try a couple of backhands next. So same thing.
Black. Red. Black. Red.
Good, and then as a progression, I'm going to feed to his forehand and his backhand next.
Red. Red. Black. Red. Red. Black.
And then lastly, while he moves that ball, I'm going to do one last round where I feed him a ball. He's not going to know which side I'm going to. Sometimes we're a little better at watching the ball from one side than the other. So let's give this last one a shot.
Black. No, no. Red. Red. No, no. Red. No, no. Red. Black.
All right, so there you have it. So first we did some forehands, we did some backhands, and then we did forehands and backhands. And then I mixed it up so that he really had to watch. And so that's just an idea to get you to watch the ball. So you can do that by watching seams of ball, looking for the writing of the ball. I started doing that because for some people it was easier to see the writing on the ball versus the seams, just based on that big block lettering. So just an idea. If you try it out, let me know what you think. Might be a way to get creative these days on the court if you're able to get away on any tennis courts responsibly. All right, so thanks a lot and hope to see you soon. Thank you, Brian.